Hey guys, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Supergirl Season 5 review series, and today I am going to be talking about episode 11, Back from the Future, Part 1. Now this episode marks the first time that Windshot has been back on the show. He hasn't been seen since Season 3 when he left to join the Legion of Superheroes in the future. And a lot's been going on with him. He's got powers now, he's got a Legion ring, he's got a suit, he's married, he's got children. So Windshot has been up to a lot of things, and it was great to have Jeremy Jordan back on the show. It was like he never left, he hadn't missed a beat, and in my opinion he's definitely the Cisco of the Supergirl show, especially in the first 3 seasons. He was like the nerdy scientific guy, always making pop culture references, just like Cisco does in The Flash. So his presence was definitely missed on the show. I mean, I'm not saying that the show's been better without him, because he was a big part of the first 3 seasons of Supergirl, but he's definitely been missed. So to have him back for 2 episodes, I was really happy, and I really enjoyed part 1 of this episode a lot. This was a lot of fun. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about episode 11, Back from the Future, part 1. So we kick off this episode where we see Brainy is lurking around a road and setting up a hazard, one that ensures a jail transport bus will crash, freeing this alternative version of Windshot. Now, ever since the crisis, we've been seeing lots of weird changes, lots of different things. As I've said in the previous video, Lex Luthor is now the boss of the DEO, and we saw at the end of episode 10, Brainy and Lex Luthor are now working together after Brainy removed his inhibitors from his head, so he's able to embrace his more stoic, cold, robotic side to his personality. And another interesting twist that we got is Windshot is back, but there is another one running around causing trouble as the new Toyman. Now, anyone who knows the backstory of Windshot, his father was the original Toyman, Winslow Shot. So to see Windshot, or another version of him that's evil, going around causing trouble, is very interesting. And Jeremy Jordan is just absolutely fantastic at playing this evil, crazy, twisted version of Windshot. So yes, he was definitely the shining star in this episode, and he delivered a fantastic performance. So anyway, meanwhile at Kara's apartment, Kara, Alex and Kelly try to make Nia feel better after her breakup with Brainy, and the group muse on what Lex Luthor could be up to. Brainy brings the other Win to Lex Luthor, who makes him a proposition. This evil Win needs to think bigger than his father, Toyman, and offers him an opportunity to do just that by taking out the man who essentially destroyed his father on Win's other Earth. Lex then meets up with Lena, who reveals that she's at square one with the Q-Waves. Lex tells her Leviathan is the bigger threat and reveals that Brainy is now working with him. So it's kind of like this little alliance going on here. So we've got Lex and Lena working together, but we've also got Lex working with Brainy. So even though they're all working with Lex, you don't actually see these guys together. So it's quite interesting. It's like Lex is working with his sister, but he's also got the DEO with Brainy in his back pocket. So very smooth, very smart. Only Lex Luthor could think of something like that. Lex tells Lena she needs to speak with Andrea and promises her a supply of Q-Waves. At a toy convention in National City, a Lex Luthor action figure is being unveiled. Yeah, I don't think I'd buy that. Kara and William show up to speak with Lex. William asks Lex some very tough questions about Rogers' engineering and the disappearance of Russell Rogers. Lex speaks with Kara privately and threatens not just William but to expose Kara's secret identity. Kara is then notified that there's an armed sniper and she suits up as Supergirl. Supergirl and Alex discover the Toyman bombs and then spot the sniper is none other than the other Windshot. They're momentarily stunned, but then all of a sudden the real Windshot from the future arrives, saving the day, and says he's also there to save his future. Supergirl goes after the other Win, but he manages to escape. Win frantically tries to find the other Win and tries to explain that if the other Win hurts anyone, then his life will be over and he will lose his daughter and wife in the future. He then explains that time cops come to his door back home to arrest him for the murder in National City in the past. He has to stop the evil Win. Brainy seems awkward and goes to the DEO to help search and wants to take the Legion ship. Alex of course says no. Lena meets with Andrea and tells her that she knows about the Leviathan. Andrea is relieved that her friend knows, but also reveals that the Leviathan has never called on her. Lena says that if they do call, Andrea needs to call her because they are in it together. Alex brings Win to Jean, who is working on a new secret heroic headquarters since the DEO is deemed no longer safe. Jean also informs Win of everything that's happened in the events of the crisis. As for DEO, Brainy is trying to figure out why the plan didn't work and Toyman isn't apprehended. Lex is clearly more interested in the Legion ship. Meanwhile, Toyman is planning a big attack and winning over fans in the process. He explains that once he gets 1 million followers, he will carry out his evil big plan. If his plan works, then the real Windshot dies. This is getting really good so far. Brainy arrives at the tower and he continues to feel a bit awkward. Kara has to go to Catco where William tells her he thinks there's a connection between Lex Luthor and Toyman. Andrea tells William that she wants him to cover something at the Obsidian, while Andrea wants Kara to get an exclusive from Toyman. Kara brings Nia to the tower and introduces people to Win. Win knows of her and tells her about Neuronal in the future. Nia then uses her powers to try and locate Toyman, but she's blocked from doing so by a vision of Brainy shapeshifted into a tiger that attacks her. Win privately talks to her and reveals that his Legion ring gives him dreamer powers. Win also gives Supergirl a pep talk. Nia figures out that Toyman is going to go after the Rojars just as he reaches 1 million followers. Lex goes to the Legion ship, accessing it, and uses the ship to get information about the Leviathan, specifically Gamanae. Elsewhere, Andrea reveals Obsidian Platinum, and after her speech, the school's mascot, which is Toyman in disguise as a tiger, similar to what Nia saw, attacks. The heroes react and Toyman slips away. Win pursues him and finds him working in the back. Win confronts Toyman, but he sets off the bomb anyway. Supergirl manages to save everyone from the blast. Win checks the future and discovers that his life back home has been preserved. William calls Kara and tells her that they should be partners. William reveals that Lex paid some guards to get into the hangar. Kara then invites William to game night. At the tower, Win speaks with Brainy and Win isn't buying Brainy's act. Brainy reveals that he's lied to everyone because of Lex Luthor. Brainy now realises that he can't account for or control Lex Luthor. Lex gives Lena the time cube from the Legion ship. It's the source of the Q waves. Meanwhile, at the DEO, Toyman's computer suddenly comes to life, his video from earlier playing ominously, and that's how this episode ends, and it will continue into part 2 of this episode. Overall, I thought this episode was really good. I really enjoyed this a lot. As I said at the beginning, Jeremy Jordan was on fire. The way he was able to play the good version of himself of Windshot and the evil version of Windshot was just absolutely fantastic. And it was like he never left, as I said already. He never missed a beat. He was a lot of fun, and even though it's only going to be for 2 episodes for now, officially, I'm just really glad that he was back, and yeah, he was definitely my favourite thing about this episode. I really enjoyed this a lot. So, I'm going to wrap this up now. What did you think of this episode? How did you feel about Windshot having powers and being part of the Legion? How do you feel about Lex Luthor and Lena working together? How does Brainy fit into all of this regarding Lex Luthor's evil plan? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will be back next time for another edition of the Supergirl Season 5 review series, where I'll be talking about Episode 12, Back from the Future, Part 2. So until next time, take care everybody, and stay safe, and bye for now.